My Minecraft world is 1 block wide. It's a bit small, innit? But every time I get an achievement, the world border expands by 1 block. Okay, this is still a bit small though, innit? And the success of this world depends on 1 random seed. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The game is in hardcore. Here we go, it's generating. Please be a good world. Like, seriously, this whole challenge can go really good or really bad. Okay, and it's... Oh, this is probably the best we could have got. We're on the border of like 2 biomes, and we have access to 4 trees. Yes, 4, because it's birch, dark oak, jungle, and there's normal oak there and in this barrel. And this barrel is automatically here in the data pack. It's literally so you can actually play it if you spawn in a desert. And as a quick note, if you do want to actually play this pack for yourself, there's a link to the download in the description. I may have to kill this chicken, and for now I really should get working, which is to expand as much as we physically can, and also sort of get started on a base, but as you can probably tell by the fact that we're in a 3x3 space, I want to expand a bit, feeling a bit cramped here, you know, and I've actually decided to turn our center into a little mine down, which is where we can get our next achievement with Stone Age. Oh, look at that, 16 new blocks to walk on. Now, the thing that I am noticing is going to be a concern already is food. Like, there's a chicken, but other than that, there's not really anything. So, like, there's a jungle there, which is good because what that likely means is melons. There we go. But, make a judgment. How far away is that melon? Probably too far to reach. I just saw a pig outside the border. I don't know how it's living. And there's also those mushrooms, but I can only get those if I get a brown mushroom. And there's sort of 2 alternatives. We have the potential to get wheat if we get that. So there we go, we can just put our seeds in there. Because that's the other problem. We can't farm those without water, meaning our only alternative food source is going to be apples. And you know what? I've become attached to this guy in the 2 minutes that I've known him. I want to keep him. Please comment some name ideas. What shall we name the glorious chicken? Oh, that's given me an idea. So you, little chicken, you can produce eggs. And eggs can produce more chickens. And more chickens means other food sources that aren't you. Where did you come from? Okay, so if I just dig down a bit more, I can make a wonderful furnace. In that, we're going to put some logs. We can get some charcoal. And now we have torches. There we go, that's the whole area lit up. Yeah, so here's the thing, as you can see, it's getting dark, but mobs can't spawn outside. The only mobs that you have seen outside of the border are ones that just naturally appear there as soon as the world starts. Other than that, no others are going to spawn, which is nice in a way, because it means that we don't have to fight anything, do we, little chicken? But it also means that I can't get anything that drops from a mob, and I also can't get the Monster Hunter achievement, which locks me off from a lot of potential. But one place we can expand the world is down. So now we're actually already starting on one of our biggest projects, digging out as much as we can from down here. And so it turns out mining most of the resources from this area is actually quite profitable. But I'm sure the main thing that most of you can notice here is the world border is a lot bigger. So I should probably explain how that happened. And don't worry, most of the achievements here were recorded. So, firstly, I mined out this whole area all the way down to Deep Slate, and each layer that I mined out went all the way out to the world border, which of course meant that it didn't take long to find iron, which of course is an achievement. Then I used all of the iron that I got to make an iron pickaxe, another achievement. I also made some very nice iron armor, as you can see, and as I'm sure you can guess, is another achievement. So that's 3 blocks out in each way so far. From there, using the iron pickaxe, you know what I found. I managed to get some wonderful diamonds. which was 1 achievement, and then of course I made a chest plate. So there we go, 2 more achievements. However, if you're keeping track, that wouldn't have expanded the world border out that far. So what else happened? Well, of course, using the iron, I was able to make a bucket. And this is where I was even more lucky, because as you can see in this tiny world, we managed to get a lush cave. So of course, I picked up an axolotl. And the one final achievement I can remember, whilst doing all of that, I spotted a chicken outside the border, so I lured it in with some seeds and bred it with our current chicken, which gave me the parrots and the bats achievement and brought our world to 25 blocks wide. There we go, that was a long recap. And after doing all of that, I've kind of realised something. I haven't done the main thing that everyone does in their first episode, which is of course to build a house. And obviously, I would have done it earlier, but like, well, the world border was like 5 blocks wide. 1 house would have covered the whole thing. So of course I put it off for a bit. But now that our world border is much larger, I think now I can justify building a house. And I am still going to keep the house quite small, because we are going to need to dedicate a lot of this land to getting more achievements. And I think the place that I would like to put my house is probably here. And the design that I've gone with is very similar to like one of Grian's old tutorials. I'm not watching a tutorial, but I really like the style that that house was. However, it is sort of where most of my inspiration for a starter house comes from. So yeah, I'm not following a tutorial, but it's going to be very similar. And with all of that said, let's get building. Okay, so the house, yeah, it's bad. Like, it's bad. There's no other way to really put it. It just kinda sucks. But the important thing is, it does its function. Sort of. It works as a farm, because as you can see, I'm now planting seeds, which, yes, did expand the border. However, it doesn't do the other function of providing a nice home in the fact that there's no bed, because there's no sheep. Now, that doesn't mean we can't get a bed. There is another method of getting wool. However, I think I'm going to leave it till next episode. It just sort of seems like a project that would fit better there, and the border did also expand 1 more block because of a phantom that was sitting here. However, last night, when some phantoms spawned, one of them managed to do the— oh, he's out. Well, there we go, I got the achievement. So yeah, that got me Monster Hunter. So in the span of this episode, we've actually done quite well on a lot of achievements. And of course, some of these are locked off, or at least very difficult to get. And as a quick note, before starting this series, I did actually get a count on the number of achievements. There's around 37, which are either downright impossible, or are going to be extremely difficult to get. Because of course a lot of achievements do require specific things like a biome. However, there is something that some of you have probably noticed, and it's likely freaking quite a few of you out, which is the fact that my hunger is down to 3 bars. And I expect this to be a repeated problem throughout the series, because food is scarce. And what's even more annoying is, even though I have planted this wonderful wheat, I still have to wait. I can't bone meal it. Now, there is another thing that we're going to do down here, and I am going very carefully down this ladder because of course we're only on 6 hearts. Now the thing is, I know some of you are going to question this, which is why there will be an explanation in the comments, but I'm not going to put it in this video, just because some people won't really care. But this is important because this is where we are going to set the main goal for this entire series. And we are going to do this right now, because if you look carefully, that's normal deep slate, but right there is cobbled deep slate. Because I've seen what's through here. You know, you've gotta have that dramatic reveal. So if we dig through here, we are going to see a stronghold. And you guys know what this is for. I think everyone that has ever seen Minecraft knows what a stronghold is for. And of course, I can't really explore it much because, yeah, there's a world border in the way. So yes, our goal for this series is to kill that dragon. And, you know, maybe the wither if we get the chance. And if you want to help me do this, then episode 2 is right here.